Long time no see. Hey guys, it's Shadow. I'm going to be playing the Xie An mission in the celebration of the new patch coming out and getting a look at what the new Chinese Civ can and can't do.
Two men played a game of Go in the house of the chief minister of the Jin Empire. The elder of the two, Xie An, was winning. A temperate and wise minister, Xie An's loyalty to the empire had made him well honored, as had his ability to be as steady as the East Mountain. Once, a rival had sought to intimidate Xie An by marching a great army through the imperial capital. Xie An had calmly sat and watched before telling the rival to put away his army. Such is the mountain, and such was Xie An, and in such a way was he winning the game of Go. Playing against the chief minister was his nephew, Xie Xuan, a famous Jin general who had won many battles. Xie Xuan had always defeated his uncle at the game of Go, but this time was different. Heavy concerns weighed on Xie Xuan's mind. China had been divided for nearly a century, but this was beginning to change. The warlord Fu Jian had subjugated the northern kingdoms, vying to conquer all of China. Like a Go master, Fu Jian had dominated the board. Only Jin remained out of his grasp. This is what caused the general worry. The defense of Jin rested on Xie Xuan's shoulders. His uncle had put him in charge of such an important commission. Another move, and another advantage to the chief minister. My mind is not on the game, honored uncle, Xie Xuan lamented. You play much better than I do today. I win only because I am calm, the uncle replied, and so must you be. Where numbers are not your advantage, you must have a steady mind. Their game finished. The nephew paid his respects and departed the house for the Fei River. There, the Jin would make a stand against Fu Jian that would decide the fate of China. As he journeyed to the battlefield, Xie Xuan wondered on the meaning of his uncle's lesson. And Xie An wondered if his willful nephew would listen.
Alright, attempt number 4. We got them down to 14 units before, but our base was just absolutely wrecked by that point, so couldn't finish anything else. Alright, let's go.
Heavenly King, the river blocks our advance on Jin. We must not forget the fate of Cao Cao and Red Cliff.
My army is so large that the cavalrymen need only throw their whips into the river, and we will block its flow.
Nephew, Fu Jian is foolhardy, but even fools can conquer kingdoms with enough spears and horses. We have little of either ourselves, but the Xie clan has always had other means. Fu Jian's generals are mighty, but do not have heart for this fight. Destroy their camps and they will withdraw. If enough of his generals leave, Fu Jian will be provoked into attacking, even if he is not ready.
Alright, violence is up this direction. Rocket carts this direction. Everything else can go somewhere else. Maybe here. Well, that wasn't. This was the area where they seemed to struggle most with surviving.
Fu Jian has conscripted 6 of every 10 men in his conquered lands. It was not difficult to obtain conscription cards. These men will not be suspected. They can be your eyes in the enemy camps.
Only once I've actually managed to get these across. Also, it's gonna look strange, but this area becomes really important for wood later on. You'd never imagine that many trees could have that much of an impact. It really did. I wasn't able to produce enough units after a certain point due to it. Unfortunately, Xie An decides to leave his units where he can get demoed, so there's that.
喂，什么矿工？什么？好，正确。什么正确？
什么？建筑工。
I want to overly rely on fishing because it slows down very quickly.
命令被就绪，遵命。喂，好，何种命令？行。
准备就绪。
建筑工。
喂。
进攻。
You don't need those. Blaming the AI, is that what it's come to? Alright, I want to start getting eco-tech. Demo ships become very important in the late game. I also found that going for ships, even though it seemed like a great idea in general, at least galleons just did not pack enough of a punch. Maybe that the dragon ships are better, but they also use demos, which makes me think maybe not the best of plans. Jeez, I would have placed that. I'll start taking the really forward trees over here. Basically, anywhere where you see trees that you're not going to be able to access very easily later on, you want to get them.
喂，农夫，准备就绪。
什么？
建筑工，建筑工。什么？建筑工。
什么？遵命。
Put back a little bit.
准备就绪，建筑工。
建筑工。
Look to your uncle, Xie An. His line is faltering.
This line is
People
fine.
resist Fujian's ruthless rule in any way they can. Find the rebels in the villages and you will have a force to raid your enemies across the river.
何种命令？准备就绪。喂。
Rebels can be recruited from this village. They will flock to your banner more quickly than the soldiers who fight only for pay.
Well, we could get a relic or two. If we can find them.
何种命令？遵命。行，命确行。
何种命令？正确。
Okay, you're gonna be sent to the farm. Of gold. Alright. You don't want to sell. Weirdly enough, selling wood here at any point ends up being a bad plan, pretty
准备
much.
就绪。
建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工。 建
备就绪，正确，行，遵命，遵命。喂，什么？好，正行，正确，行。
This is the point where I need to start making some amount of demos.
I need your help.
Help with this.
何种命令？准备就绪。
建筑工，建筑工，
By sending weapons and aid to the peasants, you can start a rebellion in an enemy camp.
I think we just go mass Shukanu. Or do we go Scorpion?
I am doing my best.
建
Please
建
help.
建筑工，建筑工，
Heavenly King, the Jin defenses are stronger than your generals expected.
I have conquered all of the north, and I will conquer the south as well, with or without my generals.
I think if we raid the trade, that's gonna be huge.
何种命令？
Zhu Shi works for us from within Fu Jian's camp. He shows us Fu Jian's progress. In time, Zhu Shi's infiltration may give you more than mere intelligence.
准备就绪，
建筑工，
喂，建筑工，何种命令？建筑工，
喂，
Try and get an absolutely insane war chest going.
建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，什么矿工、伐木工，
什么？
何种命令？
建筑工，伐木工，
The enemy are overrunning my position. Come quickly.
什么？
建筑工，农夫，
Start getting all of these techs in.
何种命令？
Keep forgetting to train these.
喂，准备就绪。
Kind of lacking on the
Zhu
numbers
Shi
of food here.
says that the enemy generals would withdraw on receiving a bribe.
什么？
But you may only bribe one before Fu Jian cow the others.
建筑工，建筑工，
喂，
建筑工，建筑工，
I don't really want to sell too much wood, but I do want to get that going so I can focus on just 2 areas. A little stone. Alright, let's get rid of green.
What is this? You run away from the puny Jin. I don't need you anyway. More spoils for the rest of us.
Come on. That was pretty nice.
Zhu Xu, you have always given wise counsel, even if you are more cautious than my liking. I will call on your advice when I march on the river.
Our agent has won Fu Jian's
准
trust.
备就绪，
When our enemy attacks, you will be able to misdirect his army to a location of your choice.
建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，
Didn't realize that they were there. Probably should have realized.
何种命令？
准备就绪，
建筑工，建筑工。什么？建筑工，伐木。
Architecture. Not so much these.
Repair Xie's defenses, or there will be nothing to stop your enemies from crossing the river.
I cannot hold the river crossings all by myself.
Not from here.
什么？准备就绪。
I think I was annoying. I've slowed them down a little bit.
作战。
伐木工，
准备就绪。矿工。何种命令？为
何种命令？建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，准备就绪，喂，
建筑工，建筑工。何种命令？
I'll convert as much of this to food as possible. It's gonna be much harder to get the food than it is the wood.
什么？是
In the long term and the short term, it's much harder to get the wood once I run out.
准备就绪。好。什么？遵
何种
命。
命令？建筑工，
Actually, it's probably not a bad idea to send a bunch over here.
什么？
遵命，建筑工，建筑工，
为 建筑工，
什么？
That's not the direction I wanted you to go.
正确，遵命，
Thought you'd go around the top, but you
正
didn't.
确，建筑工，
何种正行？好，行。准备就绪。
Like another castle over there. I think that's probably still worth it.
The enemy are overrunning my position. Come quickly.
Fujian has almost finished his preparations. He will open his gates and unleash a great army against us soon.
何种命令？遵命。
何种命令？建筑工，伐木工，
准备就绪。好，遵命。好，遵命。遵命。遵命。遵命。遵命。遵命。遵命。
Value. Most valuable sperm in the game.
准备就绪。建筑什么？准备就绪。建筑工。
什么？正确。遵命。好。遵命。行，遵命。
These things actually do significant damage to buildings. Way more than I expected them to, honestly.
什么？好，行，行，好，遵命，正确。
Did skirms explode or something? Jeez.
喂，
为
建筑工。
Every single trade card we can kill is massive. If they gave you some siege workshops to work with, that would be different, because I don't give you any siege to work with, it's like difficult to get across and be useful.
准备就绪，
何种命令？
建筑工，什么？
伐木工。
Oh, there's a woodline over there that we haven't taken yet.
建筑工什么？
行，建筑工，
Get these ready for here.
什么？进攻！
They just have so many defenses over that. Raiding their economy is actually really hard. Like weak spots, but they're not that weak of a spot. I'm gonna delete that because it's annoying. I'm gonna delete that because it's annoying. I didn't realize I wasn't making those yet. A bit late into getting that started.
建筑工，建筑工，
like I have a few too many vills, what I'm doing. And we are trying to build a war chest, but even so. Maybe a little excessive. Is that an infinite food? But it looks like one.
My army is now mightier than any ever known to the historians. We march for the river. Direct the army to win me victory.
The man the trebuchet is kind of pathetic.
The enemy army approaches. Now is Zhu Shi's moment. Tell him where to send the army. A way to give you time to withdraw during an attack, or to lead it into a prepared ambush.
Not having any way of dealing with trebuchets easily is a real pain in the ass. No bombard cannons. We're mostly aiming for the trebuchets because almost every other unit can be dealt with relatively easily. And also the first few units that come through, it's like, whatever. That's some more villages. We really need more villages by sorry. Maybe use one just to soften these ones up. Oh, we forgot to redirect, oh well. That was nice. Let's just quickly go and deal with that. That's gonna be Will the traps get stuck? Yeah, all the traps get stuck. Probably the cheesiest way ever of dealing with this, but feels like the best way of dealing with it. Oh shit. Bigger things to worry about. To be fair, this is the bigger threat of an army anyway. Because these will mostly just die to that. Pretty good start. Damn it. Why is Teal up here? Need to kill those. Gotta kill all three of these. I'd love to kill those as well, but those are the bigger important. There we go. Any more traps? Or is that all the traps? That's about 20 villages. I'm guessing a few from here? No? They're all along this area. Okay. Not too gutted, honestly. That's a little ugly. But they started coming up this way instead. $192. Please away for a minute. Might be very long. I was gonna say the traps will be back out now. Oh shit. That was bad. Always are still alive. The reason we chose Light Cavers is because it's one of the most infinitely spammable units when you're on limited resources of any description. At least in my opinion. Because it doesn't require wood.
绪，为伐木工，
This extra gold is on Life's End. Life's End? God's
准
End?
备就绪，
Yeah.
行，好，遵命，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，
Once we get through that last
建
wave,
筑工，
okay. If we lose those villages, it's not the end of the world, although losing the access to that wood is plus. Is there any more wood anywhere? They seem a bit out of position.
喂，
Maybe try and save these ones. Don't want to lose too many of those. But almost at the point where
建筑工，建筑
more army is not a terrible thing. Are they up the hill? I think they're up the hill, that's why this isn't going down very easily. That's a little upsetting.
建筑工，
Get rid of the trap. Rid of the extra siege. And then rebalance. They benefit from ballistics. One kill the bill.
什么？准备就绪。什么？行，遵命。伐木工，
什么？伐木为，行，好，遵命，何种命令？建筑工，
何种命令？修理工。喂，
修理工，农夫，
Kill that. Okay, it's glitched. That's fun. There's the only way to kill that is with range or conversion. Try and get a long over to deal with that. Game definitely tests me sometimes. Like patience, like dignity. Ooh, that was some nasty hits. That's gonna be a nasty loss for blue. Having to kill every single unit's a bit of a drag, honestly.
We are defeated! Run for your lives! Save yourselves!
Wow. AI micro in these things is honestly kind of disgusting. I even make trebs. If I can make trebs, I can now counter that. Oh, there we go, GG. It wasn't every single unit then.
It's led by his advisor, Zhu Xu, in truth an agent of the Jin. The overmighty northern conqueror Fu Jian pulled his armies away from the Fei River. He intended to draw the Jin forces to him and into a trap. But such a tactical move was beyond the capabilities of his untrained conscripts. Believing that they were retreating, a rumor reinforced by Zhu Xi's cries that Fu Jian had been defeated, the entire army collapsed into a chaotic rout. Pursued by the Jin, the northern warlord fled to his capital. Never again would Fu Jian attempt to conquer all of China. Within 2 years, he would be strangled by one of his generals. When Xie An heard of his nephew's victory, he was playing another game of Go. The ever-steady chief minister displayed his familiar calmness and did not celebrate. Only after the game, as he retired to his bedchamber, did his excitement show in a momentary lapse. He forgot about the door's threshold as he entered and broke his sandal against it. So, even the East Mountain can be excited about a great victory.
Well, that was my playthrough of the Xie An mission. I had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this playthrough, please be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you again with the next one.